wasn't the most obedient person, and God removed his hand off Saul's life. The prophet Samuel felt some type of way about that, and he was almost mourning because God had rejected Saul. And in chapter 16 of 1 Samuel, God basically comes and says, why in the world are you still messed up about that? He then tells Samuel, I have already chosen another king who will be found amongst the sons of Jesse. So watch this. He now journeys to Jesse's house. He goes to his house in search of a king. Watch this. He goes expecting what God has said, but we quickly learn, although he's going expecting what God has said, he's going looking for what he thinks what God has said looks like. Many of us fall in that trap. God gives us a word, God speaks to us, and then we begin to live life as if we know what God has said look like, and we only begin to look for what we think what God has said look like. Because if God spoke it, us are here it's because of the grace of God. The only reason we've had what we have is because of the grace of God. We don't deserve none of the stuff we have. But because of God's grace. Samuel did ask Jesse, do you have any more sons? I do have one more. But he's out in the pasture. He's the run of the family. He's the youngest. He's the smallest. He's the inexperienced. I do have one more. And Samuel says, go get him. Kev, let's get ready to get out of here. They have to go get David. Because there was one more son and they had excluded him. But now they have to go get him. And you must understand, the last thing, if we want to build strong families, not only do we have to ask God to show us something different, not only do we have to learn how to extend grace to our family members, but lastly, we have to learn and remember our family is our family. Something I've heard over and over again, the worst thing you can do in the Kidderblue house is fight one of your siblings. I've got worse whippings for fighting my little brother than I ever got for getting in trouble at school. I got worse whippings for fighting my siblings than I ever got for bad grades or for any other crazy thing I may have done. And my mother will always say, but that's your brother. What she was doing was making sure that I was taking ownership of him. And what I'm suggesting to you, even when we may not see eye to eye with one of our family members, we still must remember that's our family and we must take ownership. I give you this last story and I take my seat. At North Park Mall there in Jackson, Mississippi, there used to be one of the corners, there was a cookie store. And you went to the cookie store and in the display case, just like most cookie stores, you know, there'd be cookie cakes and brownies and fudge and all these fancy cookies. You know, the cookie stack was white stuff with icing in the middle. And it'd be all nice and on the display. But near the register, there were little brown bags. On the front of these brown bags, the brown bag said, oops bags. What happened was, whenever they were making cookies or making brownies, every now and then something would break or something would not come out quite right. It was cooked, it was edible, but since it wasn't worthy of fitting the display case, they withheld it for putting it out front. So they took these random things of broken cookies and brownies and whatever, and they just put them in these brown paper bags called oops bags. And then you could literally buy the oops bag. And you would buy, and I bought a few of them in my day. You can tell, I bought a few oops bags. And the thing about an oops bag, once you open it, you never really know what's going to be in it. So you get the oops bag and you're anticipating what's in it. So you get it, you open up and you look in. And sometimes you get lucky. It really be a whole brownie. It just, the corner is broken off. But you get excited because it's literally it's a whole brownie. And then you see some broken cookies. But then some days it look like just crumbs. But here it is. Regardless of what's in the bag, you can never turn back to the cashier and say, I don't want it. Because you bought it and it's now yours. Some of us, if you be honest, feel like your family is in an oops bag. You look into that bag and you're excited because you see, oh man, That's one of my family members. They ain't got it all together, but we always have a good time. I like them. Oh, I like them too. Because we think the same, we talk the same. But then sometimes we look in that bag and like, we want to turn back to God and say, God, I don't want this. But this morning is saying, God is saying, whatever you see inside of your family bag, it's yours. Those family dynamics are yours. Those different personalities are yours. The differences of opinions are yours. The ones who look almost whole are yours. The ones that are so broken, they can be easily forgotten, are yours. This morning, God wants us to take possession of what's in our family bags and take ownership of our family. Yeah, that family member may get on my nerves, but that's my family. Yeah, that family member hurt me, but that's my family. That family member did come through for me, but that's my family. And since it's mine, I will treat it like it's mine. I will take ownership. I will do something with whatever I have. I may have to get creative about this relationship, but I'm going to extend grace and do something with what I have. No one gets a perfect family. All of us have black sheets in our family. But that's our family.